Hello and welcome to this video. Today I'm going to talk about EDF scheduling. In this task, schedule the following task set with EDF, earliest deadline first until time period 30. If two jobs have the same deadline, the one with the longer period has the higher priority. So these are the tasks, and this is the tool that I'm going to use now. I will leave you the link in the description box, so you can use it if you want. First, I'm going to change the number of tasks from 2 to 4, and we already have the time unit set to 30. Next, I'm going to place the period of each task that I have. T1, a period of 5, 2, 6, T3, 12, and T4, 15. So in this interface, I'm going to add a period line. In T1, it's 5, then 10, 15, 20, 25, and then 30. T2 is 6, then it repeats at 12, 18, 24, and then 30. T3, a period of 12, and then 24. And lastly, T4 at 15 and then 30. Now I'm going to hit the draw mode and start my schedule. So EDF says that the task with the earliest deadline gets the higher priority. Over here I can see that T1 have the nearest deadline. So I'm going to execute it first. And T1 have an execution time of 1. So I'm going to draw only one rectangle. The second higher priority task is T2. So T2 has the nearest deadline. I'm going to draw 1 and 2 rectangles because I have 2 execution time. Next, I have T3, and T3 have 3 execution time. So 1, 2, and in this point at T5, we need to check again the priority. So EDF is a dynamic scheduling. So at every period we face, we need to check again the priority. So at T5, I know that T2 has done executing, and we have T1 ready, T3 ready also to finish the last execution rectangle, let's say, and T4. And from here I can see that T1 has the earliest deadline from between T1, T3, and T4. So T1 will be executing, and at T6 we have another period. So we will check also, again, the priority of the tasks. I can see that T1 has done executing at T6. Yeah, I can see that task 1 has done executing at the time unit 6. T2 is ready, T3 also, and T4. But T2 and T3 have the same deadline. And in this task, it says if two jobs have the same deadline, the one with the longer period has the higher priority. So T3 has the higher period, so T3 will execute here and finish. So T3 3 execution 1 2 3, and at T7 T2 have the higher priority. So again at T7 I have T1 done execution and T3 as well. Between T2 and T4, T2 has the earliest deadline. 1, 2, and at T4, T1 done executing, T2 done executing, and T3 done executing, and we're left with T4. At time unit 10, we have a new period, so we need to check the priority of the tasks. T2 has done execution as well as T3, so we're going to compare between T1 and T4. Which one has the earliest deadline? I can see that both of them have the same deadline, but as the task said, if the two jobs have the same deadline, the one with the longer period has the higher priority. And in this case, T4 will continue executing the last slot. Next is T1. At 12, T1 done executing and T4 as well. So I'm going to compare between T2 and T3, which one has the earliest deadline. T3 is far away and T2 is the nearest. So 1, 2, and over here 1. Next, we have to check between T1, T2 done executing, T3 and T4. Which one has the earliest deadline? Is it T1 or T3 or T4? So T1 will execute here, then T3 2 times, and then over here we have a new period. We will check between T2 and T4 because T1 has done executing at this point as well as T3. So which one has the nearest deadline? Is it T2 or T4? T4 is far away and T2 is the nearest. So T2 gets the priority. 1, 2, and a new period appears. And in this case, I'm going to check the priority between T1, T2 has done executing, as well as T3. So I'm going to check between T1 and T4. Which one has the earliest deadline? I can see that T1 has the earliest deadline. And next, I can execute T4, 1 and 2. At this point, the processor will stay idle, and at T24, I have to check the priority between T1 has done executing as well as T4. So I'm going to check between T2 and T3, which one has the earliest deadline. In this case, it will be T2. A new period appear. I'm going to check the priority between T1. T2 we still need to check about with it. And T3. Which one has the earliest deadline? T2 and T1 have the same. So the longer period, T2 has the longer period, and that means we will continue with T2. Next, T1 or T3 has the earliest deadline. T1 does, and at the end it's T3. Okay, so this is our schedule. If you want to save it, you can just rename it EDF and then download timeline. This is it. I hope you understood my explanation. I hope this video helps. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you have any question, write them down in the comment section. Subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you in the next video.